Gather ye close and listen well to a tale of gloom no bard should tell. Of a troll named Greench, so wide and stout, with dreams of pants, his legs hanging out. The quest was simple, an easy task. One tooth for pants was the entire ask. So he set out bold with Max at his back, his claw, his shield, and exposed ass crack. He slew the first gator, but no tooth was found. The second, none. He even scoured the ground. 10 gators in, he'd begun to sweat. At 20 dead, he wept, and yet no gleaming fang, no trophy prize, just bruised up legs and soggy thighs. By Innothule, he screamed to the skies, have pants become a myth of lies? His hope sank deeper with every kill, as his bag of gator meat grew deeper still. Hundreds slain, but no tooth in sight. His hunt continued night after night. Now travelers speak, when nights are grim, of a pantsless troll still hunting them. Through bog and fen he stomps and swears, with haunted eyes and chilly airs. So if you wander neath a mossy gloom, and hear a groan that's filled with doom, run swift, my friends, don't dare advance, or you'll be the next victim of the troll with no pants. Alright, we'll get out here, resummon Max, and we're back on the hunt. We're 19% into level 10, so we've got about 81%, and if we get to level 11, we'll go take a look in Upper Guck. If we get the tooth, we're going to come back and grab those pants, and then we'll also go to Upper Guck. So Upper Guck is next on the list, but I still want to get that quest completed. And I believe that's the last of the starter quest for the Dark One armor and weapon. So after this, we'll be on our own, looking for gearing up opportunities. I'll take a pass at some point and look through all the quests available in Grobb and see if there's something else we can be doing. But I don't think any of the later Beastlord quests are in the game yet, because the Beastlords are out before their expansion. They released early. I don't think their higher level, like armor quests and stuff, are in the game. But I'll do some digging and see what's available, and we'll find out. It's just cool to get to play them, and it's neat that they have done a lot of the itemization for them in the game already. So even well before they would normally be released, you can see that they can use a lot of items. Like, example being, if we ever get to Lower Guck, when we get to Lower Guck, if we get the something like the Flowing Black Silk Sash, that would be usable by me. Alright, we got some light blues and greens. We're going to run by these guys for now. I'm going to head a little bit more north where we kind of were before. Where we were running into a lot of the kobolds. And we're going to deal with the chaos of those camps up that way. What are these guys conning now? Light blue, light blue. All right, a little further north, and then we'll kind of head across to the west and see what we run into. Water moccasin, froglock. See what we get going on. When I was over there, I was camping those lizard men, and I was doing the rounds of the lower level lizard men, and I managed to get one of the tails because I happened to kill a mystic, but those lower level mystics only drop it at a 10% drop rate. And when I went over to the higher level ones, just that little camp of 2, even with that guard kind of patrolling nearby, a couple times I got stomped over there. It was interesting trying to balance between me tanking or Max tanking, but if I'm in there, then they tend to want to hit me, so it was a little bit chaotic. But it was really cool to be working with Max to try to figure out how to break the spawn and then how to keep them go fast enough that we could keep them in a reasonable pace. What do we got here? A light blue kobold hunter. Let's fight this guy. Let me back Max up here. Come up on the land, Max. A little bit more, a little bit more. All right. Nothing like putting your hand on the wrong keys on your keyboard. Start running around all funky. All right, we're back in kind of the north enough that this is where we were seeing some alligators before. Now, we were seeing them more over in the west side of the map, so we are going to make our way back over there. We kept seeing the bull alligators out that way. So, we'll continue trying to put in the numbers and see if we can find one with a tooth. So far, no luck. I even went back to look and just to make sure I wasn't crazy that it's the right tooth and it's these alligators that drop it and everything else because, well, you know, after my adventures over there with the lizard men where I was fighting the wrong lizard men, I wondered if I were fighting the wrong alligators. But I did the due diligence on that, and I'm fighting the correct things, just not having any luck. Here we go. We got this guy. We have a lot of traffic around us, so we've got to be careful here. He's a light blue, so we'll kill him pretty fast, luckily. I like this guy. This guy will likely aggro. He's a light blue also. If they can aggro like that, it'd be perfect. We'll just be leveling up here. We'll just kill them in a long chain here while watching for alligators. Gotta get him with that kick. Those crazy legs. Okay, we'll keep moving along here a little bit. Kick him with those crazy legs. Yeah, I think we'll get this guy. Let's see if I can back Max up a little. Oh, I was backing him up so I didn't get one of those, a different guy, and I got this guy behind me. Kick him. Max, turn around and get on this guy. Okay, Max and I are fighting different guys. Alright, I'm gonna help Max on this guy. Well, I don't know if it's the new shirt, but I feel stronger. I'm good. I need to get him in some non-red lighting. See how it looks. But even in the red lighting, it looks pretty good. We're gonna get another kobold here. Let's see, where's Max on? He's on this guy. Alright, Max, who are you getting on? Kobold, alright. Toss him a heal. Good old fizzle. Well, we got this one. We'll see. If we keep getting ads, we'll see how it goes. And this guy's a solid blue, which is awesome. Oops. Accidental loop. See, now I'm seeing water moccasins up here, and last time I was only getting the alligators, no water moccasins, so kind of hoping that was a more north swamp thing. Fewer snakes, more alligators. We get some woven gloves. I think we already have some good gloves. Well, netted versus woven. I'll check and see which one's better. Might be exactly the same. So netted or AC2. And woven or AC3. Hey, you know what? We'll take it. One item or one AC jump. You know, it's something. Oh, here we go. Bingo. Get in there, Max. Probably like one of your family members. Okay, why is he kicking my ass? We'll let Max take that bull alligator for a little while. Man, I was feeling stronger before. I wonder if I had some kind of buff that wore off. Yeah, let's get some good hits in here. I'm missing. Yeah, we're doomed here. Well, what's my best bet? Running north. Not sure I'll make it. I stayed in there way too long. I was kind of trying to sort out what was going on with the hits. If I was just completely missing or what was going on. I feel like we should have been able to take... Uh-oh, stunned. I feel like we should have been able to take an even con and a light blue. But the just overall difference in how much damage the even con was doing versus the light blue is crazy. So, got a good smackdown on us there. Dang it, I don't mind running away when there's too many. Whatever, it's like, it's part of Everquest, but losing that alligator in the mix is gonna suck. That's gonna suck. Already rare enough, so... Oh no, oh no. There's a whole bunch of them back there. I can't be stunned right now. Losing that alligator in the mix hurts. We did get lucky that one time, and after I was able to drop aggro on all of them at the zone line, I came back out and the alligator was still there, so we'll see what happens this time. I'll use up a little bit of my mana to throw some dumb little heals my way. And I'll step back through and see what's going on. Might be a little horde of kobolds waiting for me right here. Yep, they all reset. There's the last one running away now. Go ahead and get Max back out here. There we go. We can go ahead and fight this one. Oh, Max is up in a tree. What are you doing, Max? You got stumpy little legs, bro. You can't be climbing a tree. Get down here. Max, you should taunt this guy. We can make our way back down to that island and see if that gator's still around and try to be a little more careful. I was feeling real strong after that whole long list of light blues we killed, but that step up in power for the even con was unexpected. Actually, we'll just let me go back this way and kind of run across to where we were before, and then we'll head towards that where we were. Not by before, I mean last time I was out here before I got the new chest piece and stuff. We're kind of down in this area and had some good luck there, so I'm going to head back in that direction, and I'll keep an eye out for that gator we saw or another one. What's that there? Another water moccasin. Here we go. Got ourselves a fight. Throw a couple little heals on myself. At some point, I'm going to start reaching the point, probably at level 15, when I start getting, when I get the proc buff to put on Max. I would let Max do a lot more of the fighting while I'm conserving mana and healing him, putting the buff on him. Will probably become the more efficient way to fight. If not at 15, it definitely will come further in the future. You can fight alongside your pet, but you'll start to find that your pet does much better damage overall than you do, and you're better off playing support role to him. That is my understanding. I should say that's, yeah, I should be clear. That's my understanding, as I have not actually played a Beastlord before, so... But I have been watching Classic Everquest is doing a solo self-found run with a Beastlord. He's up in the, here on Quarm, so he's up in the, I think he's up in the high 30s now or something. And kind of watching his fighting style, I could see that it's quite a bit of just supporting his pet, keeping it alive, keeping it buffed, and working his way through. So that's what I expect this is going to become. He does dip in there every once in a while. Actually, whatever episode I was watching, he got like a cool new spear. And it was pretty cool seeing, you know, pretty exciting to get a cool new weapon. Alright, not directly seeing any alligators, so I'm going to swim across to this island and then start clearing. Actually, maybe we'll just start with this froglock right here. Just work on some light blues and blues. Got the little mysterious swamp music going on. Yeah, yesterday when I was playing, I found some... it's probably in the video, but I found a spot where I could like strafe left or right, and I could start and stop the music right on a certain point. And that was pretty cool. Probably should have noted that point just out of interest, and could have gone back and checked it out again sometime. Alright. This is around the area where we were seeing gators yesterday when we were out here, so I will keep the camera swiveling. At some point here, actually, maybe I'll just step back and I'll just rest while... Let Max take some of those hits for a little bit. See if I can regen a little bit here and there so we can stay out here longer without having to go rest. Come on, Max. Cheer him on, a little sign. Go, Max. We don't want runners, so I'll definitely jump in when he starts running. Can't have runners. They bring too many friends. Not good friends either. Like annoying friends who crash the party. We don't want them here. Right, there's a kobold hunter there. I'll grab this guy. I don't see a ton of other traffic over here. Little froglock there. See, now if that was another kobold, he would have aggroed from over there. Their social aggro is huge. Pretty crazy. I'm gonna step back and let Max do it. Yeah, froglock probably leave us alone, but kobolds do not like to see their friends getting beat up. Still on the lookout for alligators. And Max does a great job even without like his procs and his buffs. It's gonna be really cool when we get some of those spells. Turn Max into a real beast. He's already the best warder ever. But if we can make him even stronger, that'd be awesome. Alright, fight this guy here. And Let's see if I can keep regenning and let Max work on him. Lets me look around a little bit. Oh, we got a kobold. Okay. Let me help Max finish this guy off. Yeah, that's why I was regenning up, though. Get a little health, a little mana, so we can deal with this situation. Alright, we got him. On to the kobold. Step back. Ah, I ran up and turned my... I was reading what this guy put in chat, and I ran up and turned my auto attack off. Got distracted. I think we'll grab this hunter if we can get him. There we go. Oh, we got his friend too. Friend is a light blue. Back it up, Max. Back it up. We don't need that frog lock too. Well, good. At least that other hunter didn't decide to jump in. And I spoke too soon. Oh, man. Okay. Well, let's see if I throw a heal on Max. I don't think it's going to matter. Yeah, he just can't take those hits, so we're off to the zone line again. I will keep my eye out on the way for alligators anyway. Might as well. Yeah, I would say my experience so far with the kobolds, I highly don't recommend hunting the kobolds for experience. If you have any other option. Now, I am swamp bound, and I need that alligator tooth. So they are the most convenient thing to fight. You know, we are working through. We're up to 30% in the level, and they're super convenient to fight. But the aggro range, their social aggro range is, it's pretty wide. So if you're fighting one and anyone's within a 5-mile radius, they're coming to join in. I don't know how many are behind me. Look at that line of kobolds. That's what, 6 or 7. Like they're just piling up. Of course, when I ran away, I wasn't trying to be super careful not to aggro more. But it's pretty insane. They're not that hard to fight individually. It's just you get so many of them. You end up in situations like this, running to the zone every kill 3 or 4, run to the zone. Kill 3 or 4, run to the zone. It does get you through the levels eventually, but it's not the most efficient way. We get, I don't know if it's how widespread it is across the whole server, but we get these hyper spawns on Quarm, so things respawn faster in general across the board. So we have this situation where even as I'm killing them, they're respawning really fast. So, which is great if you're camping something and killing, the same few mobs in some kind of organized fashion. It starts to get a little crazy when you've got a situation like this where you're just roaming, looking for something and getting overwhelmed. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Something like that. Thought there were 2 together on one of those stacks, but maybe not. Alright, but we're still looking. Alligators beware. We're coming. Shadowed man. A swamp alligator. Now we're talking. Assuming I don't get all of those kobolds to re-aggro. We'll just let that guy run by because they're all close enough that if I start fighting that guy, they're all going to come get me. Alright, alligator. Don't go too far. Oh man, he went around the tree. We're playing like... We're just daring those kobolds to aggro. Got him. What else is out there? Okay. Look how tiny he is. Max is even bigger than that little alligator. Is he the one? Is he the guy? Is he our savior? He's not. Alright, I'm not seeing another alligator around here. No. So we're going to make our way to the north. We'll swim. Got to zoom into first person to swim upward. Alright, we do have one kobold hunter over here alone. We'll grab him. Keep pushing the experience. Oh my god. Scared the hell out of me. Sitting here fighting, I didn't even hear this guy come up behind me. I was just looking up in the trees. Just checking out what's going on up there. Spun my camera around. There's a huge mushroom head guy smacking me. Oh, I've got another kobold. And a mushroom guy. We're going to want to get on that kobold. Max, get on this kobold. Max. Oh, no. Alright, Max, you finish that guy then. Hopefully Max and I are on the same guy. Oh, man. So many kobolds again. If I could kill faster, this would be an amazing experience. Alright, Max and I work together. We got a couple of our enemies down. Get this guy down to a little less than halfway, and I'll step back and let Max work it while I regen a little bit. Alright, we got good teamwork going. Greench and his pet Max. Sorry, Max, my warder. Not a pet. My partner in crime. Not just a pet. Oh, what do we have? Let's see. I currently have the netted mantle, which is just AC1. This looks like woven, which is AC2. Again, that one armor class upgrade is not something I turn my nose up at. We need all the help we can get out here. All right, where are we? We're a little south of where we were before, where we were having good luck with the gators. Let's get back up here a little bit. It's kind of this, I think it was this stretch of water where we kept seeing the one alligator, the bull alligator. Hopefully we get that going again. Got out there, forager, water moccasin. All right, we got auto pull engaged on a kobold hunter here. And we're gonna get a second one, a light blue. Could move, but might as well just fight him. Is that an alligator over there? Saw something go behind a tree. Oh, it's a rat. Thought I saw an alligator, but it was just a rat. Get this guy down. Oop. Move my camera around again, just like I did before. Keep clicking on Max accidentally. Step back. Max, finish him off. Look around, see what there is to see. The so far 7-level epic adventure of trying to find an alligator tooth. I think it was, no, it was like 6 levels. Like level 4 or level 5 that I first started looking for it. So it's 5 or 6 levels. That's still quite a bit. Quite a bit. Let's grab this guy. Looking pretty clear. We'll get him down halfway and I'll sit down again and try to regen a little bit. Max regen's pretty good out of combat, so that's good. And he does a good job on the light blues. He doesn't take very much damage. Just a little bit. So even if I can get a couple ticks of mana, I probably beneficial, or still come out ahead on just healing him occasionally. Oh, what's this one? Woven collar. Next slot. I've got +5, +5 hit points or some AC. I don't know. Look at my overall hit points. I'm going to throw in the AC. Over the long term, probably better than the 5 hit points. I don't know the math on that, so if you do and I'm completely wrong, well, keep it to yourself. I don't need to hear it. We're talking probably a 0.1% difference or something. I ain't into that min-max life. I just like having fun. Get him, Max. I'm gonna sit. Oh, I was gonna. Didn't even look. Just stepped back to sit down and was like, "There's another guy." Get him, Max. Oh, we got another one coming that way. Let's see if we can actually avoid that one. I don't want to get into the 5 enemies problem and have to flee again yet. Although I'm starting to believe it's kind of inevitable. There's just so many of them out here. Looks like a respawn cycle happened because there's a wave of guys coming across. Wonder if we can catch one of those gators in there. What's that? Star Rose Quartz. It's money. That's all it is. Just money. How are we looking on monies? Yeah, we got 60 plat. 50... Yeah, 60 plat. I don't know what we're going to do with that kind of money because we can't... We're not going to buy anything. Although I was kind of trying to figure out, like, if I bought on another character... like swamp-based items. Like I kind of talked about the sleeves and the legs before, the gator scale. Like if I bought those with my own character and then put them in like the shared bank. I think there's a shared bank now, but I think you have to be in the tunnel to use the shared bank. I'll have to look into that, but if there's a way to get into them without him leaving the swamp, that'd be interesting. Interesting to think about. I mean, alternatively, I could always buy them and have someone walk them down here for me, but that just starts to be like, you know, really bending to get around the rules we've set ourselves. Like, how many ways can I almost break the rules or break the challenge, right? Trying to think of how I could, you know, what I would end up using, other than spells and things like that, what I would end up using plat for in general. Oh, there was a spot with the music. Yeah, it's right here. Music starts. Off. Like a line right here. If I cross it, we get music. That's crazy. I found that same spot. I found that the other day out this way, and then here I just randomly ran into it again. What's crazy to me is how it doesn't fade. It doesn't like fade away. It turns off. It's just done. Like immediately turns off. Gotta love old games. Goes from creepy swamp music to just nothing. Just nothing. All right, what are we looking at? 40% through the level, so it's a level grind mixed in with an alligator hunt, and not really having any luck with the alligator part of that hunt. But I am seeing snakes this time, and I didn't see snakes last time. I was wondering before if they share spawn table or something. Like you get a snake or an alligator. And since I'm not killing any snakes, once they're up, they're just staying up. Taking up all those alligator spots. There we go. We got some kobold messiness happening. Exciting times. I was about to say there's probably one sneaking up behind me right now, and I look back and that guy was running across. I don't know if he'll aggro. He's just kind of outside of that huge range they have for aggro, but you know, if this guy starts moving, he'll probably aggro. Or say our current enemy runs towards him. All good. Get out of here, rat. I'm trying to loot. Ah! Ah! Rah! Run away. That's right. Keep walking. Get rid of that guy. We showed him who's boss. Well, we just killed all the other ones in this area. Let's see if we can get this one too without too many ads. Oh, that forager's going to come right through the middle of us. I don't know if he'll aggro. He did not. There's a water moccasin there. Maybe I'll fight these water moccasins and see if I can. If they are sharing a spawn with the alligators, then you know I'd find out pretty quick if I started killing them and alligators started spawning. My biggest problem with them was they had a really strong poison, but I think if I have max tankum, I wonder if I can just heal through it. Because I was getting that poison on me and then dying after combat. You know, later on after combat, so. But now they're only green, so let's see how Max does. I'll heal him up a little bit. So with them being green, I think we can take the chance on them, and well, with this one being green, we'll watch for others. Oh, they are. Look at this. Really? I kill a snake and I get a tooth? Game is just messing with me now. I feel like RNGesus is looking down on me, and he's like, you know what? You're going to kill a snake because you think it's a placeholder? That's fine, I'll give you a tooth. Not the tooth you want, of course. But here you go. Don't say I never gave you anything. Yeah, that one's light blue up there, so. Assuming we don't get 1,000 kobolds and we survive this, then we'll go knock him down too. guy down a little bit more, and I'll regen a little bit, let Max tank. Oh, that guy's coming close. Yep. That aggro range is... I could feel that it was just inside that aggro range. Right, I'm going to heal Max up. Get myself in here. Help get this one down, and then... Oh my goodness. Here we are. Another one. And a forager. And a hunter. Okay. Time to go. Time to go. We'll go north. You get those respawn waves, which is what we're seeing here. Everybody coming at once and running across. And you just get flooded with them. Maybe that's a lesson. Maybe I need to start thinking about the timing. You know, how long between respawns. And just be ready for that. Because I was feeling like we cleared out a pretty good amount of them there on that little island. And we were doing alright if we kind of kept them thinned out. But that was just a wave of respawning enemies coming out at us. No good, no good. But friends, this is Everquest. Train to Zone is just core Everquest. Do other people train to zone as often as I do with Greench? I mean, that's subjective. I think that's subjective. I don't think you can really say. I don't think anyone can ever really measure that. Yeah, I'd definitely say for sure that there's no true way to measure if I run to the zone more often than other people. You might think there is, but I'm sure we could find a flaw with whatever methodology you're proposing. Look at all the guys running back. Good God. We had a couple of friends with us. That's really funny. Just a herd of guys running back. Then this new guy just wandering through like, where's everybody going? Here, you nerd. Show you where everybody's going. Gonna go see Froglock Jesus. Oh, no. Why? So funny. Of course there's a kobold hunter here. Not sure I've had to run to zone this soon after running back in, but maybe. Is he going to aggro that other Froglock? That one might be low level. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm going to get away and see if I don't get that other kobold hunter. Nice, they're not connected because he's a kobold. Alright, I gotta back out. Max, you work on the kobold. I'll work on the Froglock. Can't take those hits from both of them. Even with my new chest piece. Alright. Let's throw a heal on Max. Let's see if we can regen a little bit. Super paranoid. I'm gonna have like kobold PTSD when I get off here. Before walking my neighborhood and be looking for kobolds. Of course, I don't live in a swamp, so... Here they are, all the kobolds. Come, my friends. I'm going to show you a place that I like to go to called the Southern Desert of Roe Zone Line. It's amazing. Yeah, I've tried fighting on that island before. That first one, when you the bigger island when you first come in from the zone line here, and it has never gone well. I think that's the end of that. I almost always have better luck going a little further south. I've even tried it. I came down here or came out this way with Crushed Him at one point. tried to fight on that island and had kind of the same luck. Just no good at all. Hey, elk collar. Nice boots. Don't know what he had, but he had some bright yellow boots. Hopefully something awesome. All right, we're going to go around the edge of the zone here and get back down to our good spot. We're at halfway through the level. We're making pretty good progress, honestly, on the level. It's just... it feels a little bit disappointing that the goal is alligators, and I'm not even sure... what have we killed? One in this whole run? One or two? We had to run away with one of them. We haven't seen very many, so it's a little anticlimactic on that front. So we'll just call it a grind session. A kobold grind session instead. I will still say, though, that coming up here a little more north was better overall, and we're not seeing as many today, this play session, but we did in our previous play session, and again, I'm wondering if some of it is sharing spawn points with the snakes. My plan is still to try to clear out some of the snakes. I'm just going to click around, see what we have. Out here, kobolds, all kobolds. Alright, well, let's take this one. We got this guy over here that could potentially add if he comes up this way. And obviously I can't see on the other side of that tree, so who knows. I'm going to back up. Here is a water moccasin. We'll get that water moccasin right after this guy. See if we can... just in case he's a placeholder. I don't know if he is. But if he is, then we'll know. We keep taking out the water moccasins and we get some alligators. We'll learn something about the world. This guy's coming right at us. What is he? In green? But he might not add. Alright. Let's see. Kobold. Roglock. Oh, we aggroed a kobold over the side here. I was going to chase down that water moccasin, but got a lot of enemies around us here. Yeah, I thought the guy might. I was taking a chance by staying as close as I did to that guy. Oh my goodness, we've got kobolds in every direction. Alright, come on, Max. I'm not running for zone this time. I'm just going to get us to a little less populated area over here. There were like 5 kobolds right within very close aggro range. Alright, now we'll work on this guy. Alright, Greench is going to need a heal. Greench. I'm Greench. Max is going to need a heal. I just look and see Greench's warder. And I know who he is. That's Max. Alright, can we get Max back on this hunter? Or? Oh, buddy. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no. We got that other forager. Well, we're hurting. Yeah, this is going to be bad. I'm going to have to run. Unless they're both light blues. Oh, they are. That's going to tempt me to stay in here, and we may still have a bad time of it. Got a little bit of mana left. Ooh, all right. Max had done some work on that guy before, so... Another forager out here behind us. We'll have to be careful with that. Alright, we're going to take a little rest break and catch up on some health and mana here. That was quite the battle. I'm going to back up to the wall here and have a seat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I was kind of roaming around just looking for... seeing what I could fight and seeing if there were... Mostly I was looking to see if there were snakes around that I would want to clear out for alligators. And what do I find? A bull alligator wanders right up into me. Right in that same place that we've been seeing them. Right around this little peninsula right here. We'll take our 11.2% roll to see if we get our thing here. Oh my goodness, we're gonna get all the... Alright, we're getting all the kobolds coming this way right now. Some kind of respawn thing going on. Oh, and our alligator ran off. No. I am so unlucky with these alligators. Is this him here? Yeah, but I've got so many kobolds between me and him. So we're going to fight this kobold. That alligator will stay aggro, so we'll watch for him to come back. Here he comes. And we're going to move a little bit this way, see if we can not get that one in the water. I'm getting back on the alligator. Not Max, don't fight Max. Alright, he needs a heal though. This might get ridiculously messy right here. Alright, no tooth, and I'm going to run for it. Max is doing his best back there, but... yeah, he went down. Stunned. And here we go. We're on the getaway. I wanted to make sure we actually killed that gator, and I got to loot him, and I did, and there was no tooth. Not surprising at this point, but it is another number to check off in the how many do we have to kill before we get one. But yeah, that spawn wave, those spawn waves that come across those islands is magnificent, to say the least. Oh, what do we got following us today? I mean, it's like 4 guys. Are they all light blue? Oh, there's a dark blue in there. Or at least one. Let's see if I actually diagonal run and get even further ahead of them. I also keep forgetting to buff us with inner fire, Max and I. I remember that. Try to be a little better about that. You know, if I'm celebrating gaining 1 armor class or an armor item, then any stats I can get from, or anything I can get from buffs is going to be good too. Yeah, I think that many guys, if I tried to stand my ground at all, I would just get mowed down. All right, I think that's going to be a little break. So a little fade out, fade back in for you guys, and we'll be back after chasing alligators. We got up to 50% in the level, so we're closer to 11 than we are to 10. That's pretty exciting. Like I said, if we continue hunting and we get all the way out to 11, we'll go take a peek into Upper Guck and see what kind of things we want to do in there. You must first target. Well, target me. Wait, does that turn out to be a better heal than my heal? So minor healing does 10 points for how much mana? 10 mana. Inner Fire does 20 points of healing for 10 mana. Actually look like 9 mana. 83. 9 mana, 20 points. Okay. I did not make that connection before, so Inner Fire is actually my better heal overall also. I don't know how much, I'll have to test with Greench, with Max, how much his Shriek's replenishment does, because otherwise I can just wonder if I don't know how much mana it costs to sum my bet. So 50-ish mana. Will it tell me even if he's not hurt? Okay, I'm out of mana, so we'll test that next time. But it maybe I should be using Inner Fire for my heal, not actually using the heal spells. That seems a little wonky, but hey, you know, it is what it is. All right, we'll be back at it soon. Hey everyone, Editing Sigil here. So I had recorded this next part after taking a good break without any voiceover. So I'm doing some voiceover for it right here. The goal here is to get out there, keep hunting down alligators, looking for that alligator tooth, exploring the same areas we've been looking at so far, and we want to get up to level 11. So at level 11, I talked about if I didn't get the alligator tooth by level 11, talked about headed over to Upper Guck, start adventuring in there a little bit, seeing what's available for us to work on in there, what kind of mobs we can take down, what we can camp out in there. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to finish out to level 11. Actually, I go all the way on to level 12. I'll talk about that a little more later in the video, but you'll see here. So I'll add some commentary throughout, and we'll keep the grind going and try to find our alligator tooth. All right, so I noticed while I was out here adventuring, making my way back out to kind of that little peninsula that I've been camping at most of the time lately. I saw this hand here. I've passed this hand many times. I've ended up fighting a lot of kobolds and froglocks around this hand. But I had never noticed there's a guy up here on it, and he's a vendor. So those times that I made my way all the way back to town to sell off my things, maybe not as necessary as I thought. So I came up here to give him a look, see what he had going on. Partially to see if maybe he had an alligator tooth. Who knows, maybe someone got one out here and sold it to him. I don't know if he's a good vendor. He could be one of those ones that overcharge you or whatever. But either way, pretty convenient spot. And then as you can see, I found out that the kobolds, they can find me up here. And oh boy, do they like to try to find me up here. And they just keep coming. At first when the single one came and then like one slowly after, I was actually thinking this might not be a bad lookout spot, looking out here for alligators. Just taking out a few kobolds as they wandered into the palm of the hand here. You kind of see here that it's coming at a pace that's a little too fast and it's almost non-stop. You can see down below there's a couple of kobolds pathing by, and they're happy to join in on the festivities. So this quickly turned into, as we've seen several times when we start getting too many of these guys, it turned into a rout, and I had to make my way out of here. I did my best to stay in here as long as I could, though. I was kind of looking down, trying to see if more kobolds would be coming. And see if maybe we, Max and I could work our way through these couple of guys, and if more came, we'll take them. But if you're watching here, you can see mana's going down, health's going down. There's not a lot. There's no time to play catch up at all. We don't get any rest. So yeah, I jumped down here. I'm taking off a little bit, seeing what we have. Another kobold jumps in there, and I'm sitting here kind of trying to decide if I ditch at this point and head for the zone. Do I try to keep going? I'm calling Max back over to me to try to pull him away from that kobold highway there, but It's, this is iffy at this point, iffy at best. It's looking pretty good, though. I mean, we get this guy down. We've only got one left, right? Oh, and he's hurt. He's hurt. He's running. So yeah, right on. Super cool. It's really neat. There's a vendor up there. I'm not sure that's a good place to just camp at my current level. It gets a little overwhelmed a little too fast. Maybe if we could kill a little bit faster, it might be okay, but we still have some requirements for downtime. But we managed to pull it off and get back on the hunt for some more alligators. So at this point, I was really looking to kind of just make my way to level 11 and hop into Upper Guck and start down that adventure path. I was feeling a little discouraged about the overall hunt for the alligator tooth. In fact, I'd been dipping back into the internet, seeing if I could find other people complaining about not being able to find the alligator tooth on Project Quarm. And I found a couple people, but it's hard to tell if it's missing completely or if it's just something that is a very rare drop that, or an unlucky drop that a couple of us didn't see. Because the other thing is, in a normal playthrough, you would out-level that gear very quickly, very easily. You could replace it with something else. I'm a little bit putting myself at a disadvantage with my rule of staying in the swamp. So I can't say whether or not it's not implemented correctly into Project Quarm, but I started to kind of feel that way a little bit. So I thought, well, I've been curious about this tower over here with the undead in it. I'll go check that out. I decided to camp out near this undead tower for a while, and I thought if it works out well, maybe I can just get a flow going and clear my way all the way to level 11, and then go ahead and jump into Upper Guck. I was also very curious if actually gators come up this way. I hadn't really seen any up in this corner of the zone. But for all I know, they're spawning up here and then wandering their way down where I was. So I thought I would just camp out here just for a little while and see what roams by, see what spawns in the tower, see what the range of levels are. So the first guys I saw were blue or light blue cons, and I wondered how, what the range was overall. This is where I also realized there's some skeletons on the roof or in the floor or something. So we pull those outside and looking at them. I want to say these guys are, light blue, and so this was looking pretty good as a spot to camp out. So I thought I'll go ahead and give it a run. I mean, the nice thing about undead is they don't run away, so you don't have to worry about them running off and pulling, 50 different kobold hunters. Although we'll see, killing those kobold hunters, if I do it safe, if I get out there on that little peninsula I was on and just worked my way through the kobold hunters, it's totally much more viable than standing out in the middle and fighting them. So what I kind of had started doing earlier in the video was pulling things back to that island with Max and I fighting on the little, it's not an island, on the peninsula. Max and I fighting them there rather than fighting them out in the middle. It's generally when I would be out in the middle or I'd chase down an alligator that's out in the middle or something. That's where we started to get into a lot of trouble. So here you can see we have a forager just wandered up in the camp. So, a little bit of auto pull for us. But there's not a lot of other stuff pathing through. It doesn't seem like you get those same kind of spawn waves that were driving us crazy with the kobolds earlier. I mean, this would be an especially good camp, and I imagine it is for people who have any kind of ability that would do damage against undead, extra damage against undead. I'm definitely not seeing any alligators, and it starts to drive me a little bit to kind of go back, keep exploring, because I Although I'm discouraged, I haven't given up completely on the alligator tooth, right? Like I've been chasing it for so long, since about level 4, level 5. We're nearing level 11 here, that I kind of explore around a little bit more, looking to see if I can find any alligators. But I decided to keep this going a little bit because I haven't fully explored the options here with the undead tower. I accidentally went too close to the wall here and ended up pulling the guys on the ground floor. So the guy I'm fighting is light blue, but I start to realize this zombie is hitting me really hard. Or mummy is hitting me really hard. And that's because he's yellow. He's a yellow con. So what's in this tower ranges for a level 10 character ranges from light blue up to yellow. So far as I know. It could go all the way up to red, but that mummy is just waylaying Max. Max is getting hit hard. And I realize we're in trouble here. So I've got to run for the hills. And I'm headed to one of my 2 favorite zone lines, really. I'm headed to the South Row zone line. So Max took one for the team there, and he's down. But that gave me a hell of a head start. Got to give props to Max. He's always giving me that head start to go save myself. He's a good partner, that guy. I'm thinking on this run, okay, so that's not a bad spot. But if it has yellow cons that are that strong, I'm going to have a hard time just staying in there. And I don't quite want to give up on the alligator tooth yet. So I decided I'm going to go back and give it a shot. I head back over to my little peninsula here and start chasing down alligators. In fact, I've killed a lot of alligators in these sessions here. I had quite a bit of luck with getting the bull alligator spawns as well as the swamp alligator spawns. Unfortunately, no luck in the actual looting. But yeah, the plan here is definitely stay on this little peninsula, look around, keep an eye out, searching for alligator spawns, but also just killing the kobold hunters as they come in, or the froglock foragers, or whatever kind of wanders across that peninsula. But even when I go out and find gators, I'm going to want to pull them back to the island with me and work on fighting them there. That way, even if they start running, I've got some distance where they're not getting to that one of those main islands where there's a high traffic area or something like that. Just keep it a lot safer. Unfortunately, as you'll see here, my plan to keep it a lot safer kind of fails here. We've got a spawn wave of kobolds that came across at the same time this bull alligator decides to run. So Max and I just run ourselves right into a wall of kobold hunters and end up with too many of them. I'm super close to leveling here, super close to making level 11, so I was kind of hoping to finish off this bull alligator. So I kind of keep after him. And then Max goes down, but I'm like, well, he's so close. I think I can finish him off. And you'll see here that I ride that idea all the way on a one-way trip back to Grobb. I do, however, temporarily make level 11. I don't know why it didn't ding there, but I did make my way over to level 11, which I promptly lost when I was murdered by all the kobolds following me and sent back to my spawn point. So I just quickly made my way back up to my same spot, got Max out, got ready again, and started grinding out those couple percent back to level 11 since I had just lost it when I died. Same method, we're just killing kobold hunters and froglock foragers and just on the lookout for alligators. So we're super close here, and these guys should be enough to push us over. There we go. This time I don't immediately die afterwards, and it sticks around, so we are officially level 11. So with level 11, we had decided to head over to Upper Guck and take a look at what's going on in there and look for a new place to camp. But as with anything, plans can change, and this seemed like a really good spot, and I had a good flow going. So I opted to stick it out for another level and see if I can hunt down an alligator tooth before level 12. And let me tell you, I killed a lot of alligators. But what do we have here? Someone has found me in the swamp. And they're offering buffs, as they should, as tribute to the swamp monster. We'll allow them to live this time. Thank you, Kenneth. You are a true hero. So after that grind of, I think I counted almost 30, maybe 30 different alligators there, none of them having a tooth, I'm going to officially call this an impossible quest. I think the itemization is not in the game to actually complete this quest. And with that, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to push to level 12 here with these kobold hunters. And then Max and I are on our way to Guck to invade the home of the Froglocks. And there we go. Off to Guck and new adventures. So as a last-ditch effort, I did dip back into Grobb and make my way around to all the vendors to see if anybody had sold an alligator tooth, which of course they had not, because as mentioned, this is an impossible task. So here I am running my way into Guck. First of all, I've got to get around this ogre. Here we go. Us big races, we got to work together, you know. All right, so here we are. We're finally in Upper Guck, level 12. It looks like somebody already killed the ones that were in this front room here. We've been in here before and just kind of peeked in here. And there were 2 or 3 guys in this room. I think 2 guys and a roamer. So I'm expecting a lot of these guys to be green. This guy, oh, awesome. He's light blue. But likely most of these front spawns are going to be green to us at this level. But we got one here, so at least we'll get some experience from that. I don't think we killed anything in here on our previous step in. I may be wrong. I'd have to go watch the videos. I don't actually remember, but this may be our first kill in Guck. And it will be far from the last. We're going to spend many, many levels in both Upper and Lower Guck. But I would expect these guys to be our camp at this point. Maybe if we'd come in here at level 10. But for now, we're going to continue on down the hallway here. So we can go right or left. We're going to go to the right. This little room here usually has 2 or 3 guys in it. Looks like somebody made their way through and killed some. Hey, but this one's lootable. I'll take free money. Jump in the water, and we'll come around to these swamp crocodiles. Swamp water crocodiles. So this one's yellow. But the nice thing is they're not aggro on me because I'm a Beastlord. I don't know if they're normally aggro, but Beastlords don't get aggro from animals. We continue on a little bit further. We've got, looks like another swamp water crocodile, and then I think I see some spiders down the hallway there, which are also going to be non-aggro for us. So this is going to be our home for a while, guys. Hey everyone, Sigil here. Hope you're enjoying the Swamp Monster Challenge up to this point. If you're looking to see some more, go ahead and sink your teeth into those YouTube buttons so you get alerted when the next one comes out, and I will see you there. Thanks for watching.
1,000 voices cheering worldwide. Level up, let's rise and play. Through the night and into the day. From the pixels to the stars above. Gaming together with